Hey Internet. This week's episode takes place in the alternative universe where I actually care about getting diabetes from this project. We're featuring diet root beers, all stevia sweetened and all more than likely available in the health food section of your local supermarket.
I'm gonna party like I did when I was 8. Drink too much root beer, stay up late. The Adam glasses, root beer round the head. Yeah, the Adam glass, root beer round
Well, first up we've got Virgil's Zero Root Beer. Now hopefully this tastes like regular Virgil's, except with a different sweetener. We'll find out. It definitely... Stevia. This might have been a terrible idea. Well, it still looks like root beer. Okay, so regular Virgil's is pretty much defined by its complexity. Its principal flavor is anise, licorice, and its principal smell, for that matter. But it's got enough other stuff in it. Nutmeg, cinnamon, a lot of birch and wintergreen flavors, good vanillas. It's got so much going on that it's just this sort of really great balance. This does not smell like it has that balance. This does not taste like it has this balance. So yeah, the anise isn't even there. Stevia is ounce for ounce 200 times sweeter than sugar. What this kind of tastes like is they removed every bit of sugar and by weight replaced it with stevia instead of by some sort of sweetness index. It is very sweet. Its sweetness is definitely chemical in taste. And that's really all I've got. It's got the bubbles. It's got a little bit of bite. But it tastes like off-brand Kool-Aid. Just watery, with a weird sweetness, and kind of a fruity thing at the back of the tongue. Wow. Alright, next up we've got Stevia. Stevia's been kicking it for, I think about 6-7 years now. Yeah, they opened up in 2007. They have recently gone the Crystal Pepsi route, and now all of their sodas, in order to appear even more healthy, are clear, getting rid of the caramel coloring and replacing it with something that's going to get rid of any sort of color variant. So the other thing about Stevia is it is non-GMO certified. Whoever does that certification, it's not the government. So there's that. This is a ginger root beer, so hopefully it has a taste much unlike that. Definitely smells gingery. And is definitely clear. Good head. Huh. Well, it doesn't have that classic root beer color, that's for sure. But a pretty good smell. Yeah. Some good ginger. Some good root beer flavors in there too. It's my tongue doesn't like stevia. That's basically what I'm learning with this episode. So yeah, it's got that same off-brand Kool-Aid weird sweetness to it. It's not quite as sweet as the Virgil's. It's got a little bit of bite and just really mild. It's a lot stronger in the nose than on the tongue with that ginger and a little sassafras in there. But ultimately it tastes like, let's say, you know those essential oils you can get that are supposed to heal or whatnot, but it's really it's a tiny amount, like 1 part per million of whatever the active ingredient is, and the rest is water. It kind of tastes like they did that with root beer into water. That's what we're tasting like. This is why we don't shop in the health food section. All right, Blue Sky 0 calorie creamy root beer. Blue Sky's been kicking it since 1980. In 2000, they were bought by Monster Energy. It's got a really great little, the top of it, I like the color. We'll find out. Blue Sky's non-diet creamy root beer is pretty good stuff. Blue Sky's organic root beer Encore is terrible. If I can ever find a can of that again, we might have it on a future episode. This has a really great head. It's very bubbly. It's got good root beer color, very dark. Well, of all of them, this is the one that tastes the most like root beer. It's got just a little root beer smell to it. The sweetness in this is almost citrusy. Like maybe they added some citrus acid to make it. It says there's no preservatives in it. Gluten-free, caffeine-free. Of course it's caffeine-free, it's root beer. No artificial sweeteners, no sugar, just stevia, which is artificial, or rather not. It says French sweet birch oil. French birch trees aren't sweet birch trees. And Tahitian vanilla. All right. Well, and citric acid. I guess I was right there. Yeah. I'm not not a fan of any of this. All right. So guys, I'll level with you. If you really like root beer and you want to go on a diet, give up root beer. It's cold turkey. Yeah, diet root beer is not a good alternative. That's what I'm learning. So, looks like I'm going to get diabetes.
Yeah.